And we're live, Lake Worth, Florida. It's the SMB Comedy Podcast. Giddy on up.
Woo! Yeehaw.
It's our semi-annual fucking show.
It's semi-annual is twice a year.
Yeah.
That would be periodically.
Periodically?
Yeah, it would be.
It's a hobby we have.
Yeah.
We're going to take over the world with a hobby.
Yeah, it's a
How
part-time.
jealous would that make Hitler feel?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, we didn't put any thought or plan into this.
Well, he seems like he was really intense about it too. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we have a guest tonight.
Oh, is that me?
The beautiful Erica.
Thank
She's
you.
back.
Hello. Hi,
Second
guys.
time.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you for having me.
I wasn't sure if she would actually come back because I didn't know.
You guys scared me the first time.
Well, it was yeah.
Okay,
Just
you did.
scared her away. So I figured, I figured all the past guests never come back, and I assumed that they were.
We never hear from
Am
them
I
again.
the
They
first
don't-
one that comes back?
You're the only one that's
Woohoo,
ever
I
come
feel
back.
special.
Right. I assume they're in Scott's backyard, but now
Yeah,
they're,
yeah, I was
they're
gonna
digging
say,
up the
guess who's
fence and
not
everything. you had your chance.
What did you put in my wine?
You had your chance to escape. Is all I'm telling
I
you.
mixed it with a special
It's a
special mixer.
I'm just lucky I know how to put like some of the show stuff together. Otherwise,
Yes.
I'd be back out in the backyard with the fence posts.
So anyway,
Okay.
Let's get into the show.
All right.
Erica just alluded to rape.
Did she?
Yes.
Already?
I did.
It's only been 10
I didn't
minutes.
say anything.
Not even. It's been like 2 minutes. And we're going to talk about this kid that got off on the old the
Brock
charge.
Turner from
Yeah.
Stanford, the swimmer,
This is
AKA
actually-
what's his name? What'd you name him?
Aqua rapist.
Aqua rapist.
Rape me, Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's
Aqua
terrible.
rapist.
Yeah.
It's either that or the butt burglar.
Well, what's crazy about that story is I didn't even hear anything about it, and he just got sentenced, so the trial has been going on for a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
But I want to say someone like it was BuzzFeed or something like that had like made it. Was that who it was? Like they made it a point to say like, hey, what the fuck is going on with this? Because what
Yeah.
happened? Like how many months did he get?
6 months
Whoa.
for raping an unconscious girl,
Oh my goodness.
and then you have.
So is it
people-
less if she's not conscious? Because it seems like, well, she wasn't
It
really
should
put-
be more.
Well, it is less if she's in college and she was drinking, because then of
Yes.
course she wanted it. Like that's the.
See, but here's what I
I
don't
hate
understand. If you get in a car accident and you crash,
Right.
it's vehicular harm, or whatever you get
Yes.
charged is still being drunk.
Yeah.
Now, sexual, like it's totally different.
But where is
I'm
it?
not listen. I'm not saying anyone's right.
But,
I'm not-
God.
but how
I'm
do
just
some
saying,
people
like,
get
what?
20 years for weed and then you rape a girl and you get 6 months, and his dad is,
Oh, so that said he shouldn't be ruined for 20 minutes of,
See, that's
of
just-
action.
of action.
See,
20 minutes of action. The girl's gonna need therapy.
Could he be more tone deaf? It's just
Fuck.
20 minutes of
It's
action,
it's just
you know?
disgusting
Like,
that he even said that.
when you do that, you cross an ethical line. Like there's a line that everyone, you know what I mean?
His
That-
dad's a sleazebag, and obviously the apple doesn't
I mean,
fall far from
right.
the tree.
I mean,
if you're gonna say that, like, what if it was your daughter?
The specific words too.
would
I
be
remember
upset.
reading it. I was like, action. I'm like,
Action.
oh my god, that's a.
It should be
hey,
penetration.
Just my son getting some action with that sleeping
And
girl.
he said, "Oh, he's a swimmer. If he doesn't swim for 6 months, his body's gonna go." So you just ruined
that's
this
too
girl's life.
fucking bad.
And,
I
and meanwhile,
guess.
you had that black guy who was falsely accused of rape, and he got 5 years in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. And,
Or
like the-
for marijuana, someone could get 20 years
Yeah.
for growing a plant or two. And
Erica's really upset about that marijuana.
No,
no,
She's
I'm
like,
just saying
no,
that
it's
it's
true, though.
absurd. Like, I'm a woman. If I was sexually assaulted and the guy got
Right.
6 months, I would be furious.
Well, that's one of the things that's hilarious about this whole like bathroom bill stuff is they're gonna sexually assault women in the bathrooms or whatever. Meanwhile, if you try to come up with a bill that's gonna protect women or like make it easier, like why is there any statute of limitations on sexual assault or like pedophilia or anything like that? And it's one of those things where like if you try to institute something like that, they're like, ho, slow the brakes. All right, let's because that Cosby thing is a really good example of like the statute of limitations running out and a lot of these people not being able to do anything about it. So it's like they pretend like it's a big deal, but at the same time, when these situations come up, all of a sudden you got this judge who said he was like I think he ran as a prosecuting attorney, saying, "Oh, I'm really tough on rape and everything like that, or sexual predators and all this." Gives the guy 6
No,
months.
that's absurd.
3
That's
months
absurd.
out on
I
good
just,
behavior.
I just think it's crazy.
Oh, it's bananas.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
it
really-
It makes
really
me
is.
sick.
And
As a woman.
Well, it's one of those things
Well,
where you're like,
I don't-
how could it even?
But-
How
but-
is that even a possibility?
I don't know the whole story. So all I know is that these two dudes caught him behind a dumpster. And
Yeah, and the
they
two dudes
stopped
that
him.
were there, they were like, basically made sure the girl was unconscious. They were like, "What the fuck, dude?" And they kind of like lifted the arm up, like did the test.
It
and-
said that one of the guys, when he was telling the police what he had seen, that he actually started crying
Yeah, I
because he
heard
was
that.
so distraught
Oh,
by
I'm
it.
sure that's gotta fuck you up for life.
It does.
Like it's one of those things you walk up on, and you're like, "Ah, shit, now I gotta deal with this." for the rest.
It's just
Like
terrible.
it stains
And
you.
6 months is nothing, and his father saying that makes me sick.
It's horrifying. I
Makes
mean,
me
it's
sick.
absolutely
He's a
horrifying.
sleazebag.
And you hear about during the trial too. They had a thing where they were like, the lady had to leave the stand and everything. It's just fucking. It's just,
See, what I want to know is how do they? I mean, this is another thing that like, how do they know that she wasn't into it beforehand? Now she probably wasn't.
right,
but
right.
like, how do you know?
Well,
how do you prove when she fucking passed out?
That's where the consent stopped. Well, I think it basically was like, I didn't have anything to do with it. On top of the fact that it becomes really dodgy. Like if the person's
and
unconscious,
behind a dumpster, really,
Yeah.
like. If I was gonna sleep with someone, it probably would not be behind a dumpster.
Well, right. Well,
If it was
it's
behind like a Legrand dumpster.
well. Let me.
If it's behind a Lagrange, for sure.
Let me give you a good example. So, like, say if your wife becomes like like an invalid, like she, like is in a coma or something like that. If you have sex with her, that is rape. Like you are done. Like it doesn't matter what relationship there was before.
I wouldn't want to do that, but
Right. But what I'm saying is that's the situation. So as soon as that person falls asleep, you stop fucking because that is basically unconsensual at that point.
You're going to the clink.
Regardless of what is happening before then. Like
Yeah.
like that's where it's at. Like so it's the same way as if like the person was in a coma or whatever. If they lose consciousness while you're having sex, that is the time to stop.
so you got to stop,
Yeah.
pull out, and start jacking.
Yeah,
it out.
yeah.
and
See-
make sure none of that gets on her.
That's where I kind of I see the problem with it. You got to stop, but it's just, you can't finish first or no, that's horrible.
No, it's
No,
it's
wake up,
absurd.
wake up. What movie was that?
I'm not done
Fucking
yet.
Batman.
No,
Wake
like
up,
I said-
Rachel. Wake up, Rachel.
No, as a woman, it makes me sick.
Oh,
Like
no,
I said
it's-
before,
it's
it's just
creepy.
It's obviously fucking weird.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that it's the tough on crimes. It's really
Dude,
tough until it's
well-
the right dude that he's just
And he looks like
misunderstood.
a creep. Like his face. Like I saw a picture of him, and I'm like, he doesn't.
Oh, you heard the way they did with his what was it? His picture, his
They showed his fucking
his
swim meet picture. or some
right.
shit. He's like wearing his fucking Stanford suit.
Yeah, and meanwhile, like they showed the picture of him that night, the whatever is it, the mugshot, and it's that he looks like that guy that shot up the theater.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's a little bit different than the other one they're putting forward. But yeah, so Muhammad Ali died. Yeah. Now everyone, this is a fucking tough year for celebrities. I'll tell you what, with David Bowie,
Kimbo
Prince,
Slice.
Kimbo Slice too.
Death comes in threes. So
Oh, so who's
there's
the
gonna
third
be a
one?
third.
It's
Probably
three-
next.
So Black Boxers
Prince.
was it?
Can we get a Purple Rain?
Roy Jones.
Sugar Ray.
Hang on, Roy Jones Jr.
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Oh, that's one.
No, the group Sugar Ray.
Oh.
They all die.
Is that? Oh man.
Every morning.
You know that was bad when he ended up on Access Hollywood, and you're like, oh shit, man.
Dude, that guy
Mark
used to
McGrath.
kill Rock and Roll Jeopardy though, bro. He used to
Did he?
fucking kill it.
He was
yeah.
on. He was on point.
He was always on it. He would win the celebrity shit all the time.
He seemed entertaining. I think he was on the Howard Stern show a couple times.
Yeah, he was just in a shitty band.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one song. But
Mean Machine.
remember what is that? I just wanna fly.
Yes.
Like that.
Of
That was
course
the
you
one.
did.
Ages ago.
Well, the great thing about that CD is you buy the CD and the rest of it was garbage. Like I remember being warned. People were like, "Don't buy that CD. It's all like it was all like real hardcore one." And the one song they made that just happened to have
Yeah.
like an actual listen.
Dude, you ever heard that song? Mean Machine. Mean Machine.
No, I
like
haven't heard
riding
that.
around like a. It was way before that. Like probably when I was like a sophomore.
Yeah,
in
they
high
were
school.
almost like a Red Hot Chili Peppers, but like a harder,
Yeah, like
funkier
almost more
type
like
of it.
suicidal
Sugar Ray was like
tendencies,
Red
I
Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
they
well,
were
no,
like kinda
well, they were
heavy.
actually like really like a hardcore funk band.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was as terrible as you can imagine. It was. I'm sure.
At the end
not
of the
making
show,
any friends for
we'll
doing that.
play it.
Yeah.
They were called the Shrinky Dinks.
The Shrinky
Oh,
Dinks.
bad.
Kind of like
bad.
your.
You said you weren't going to talk about that.
See,
I've never seen it, so I don't know. It was just.
Yeah, she called you out.
That's true.
Oh.
I thought you guys were gonna work on the sexual tension thing.
That's her, dude.
know.
I mean,
Never
I
seen his
just
dick.
can't
Just
read.
getting that out of the way.
I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen it.
He's got a mole on it though. And it's very nibbly. I nibble on it.
It must have been really cold.
But yeah.
I think this is what she's getting at.
Well, keeping on topic with rapists. What about the drugstore rapist?
Oh,
Well, he didn't really rape her. It was attempted abduction.
Yes, but we just call him the
yeah. Let's
the dragging rapist is what we nicknamed
That is the
him.
craziest shit
Let's
I've
split
ever-
hairs on this.
He was basically like, you ever seen people just loot a store? That's what he did to a little girl. He just grabbed her and tried to drag her out of the store.
Really? And what happened? Like, how did the
Her
lady?
mom fucking grabbed on her like fucking Papa
Oh,
Bear.
so they were just like, she was. Oh man. That's,
Dude,
That
they
was very
fought-
ballsy of him. He just
Dude.
like went up to her and grabbed her. He didn't
and
even
it wasn't
make
like he
it
was
subtle.
by the door.
really?
It was like he was in the middle of the fucking store, and he grabs her, and then like, dude, what's going on? Some other lady jumps out of the way like the fucking fall guy.
And it had to be in Florida.
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
Dollar
well,
General.
At a Dollar
Dollar General.
Saving money is it could kill you.
Yeah, nothing good ever happened at a Dollar General.
I know, right?
it's one of those things where
I'm
like
gonna stop going because
yeah, I'll pay
Wait
$2.39
a
for
second,
toothpaste.
you have to go.
Yeah.
I love the dollar store.
Of course, all Spanish women do.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, but every time I go in there, there's a shitload
Don't
of
buy
Spanish
cheese from the dollar store.
women. I wouldn't buy anything.
My
perishable.
coworker bought cheese from the dollar store, and she made us a macaroni
Oh
Got
no!
and cheese, and it didn't even melt.
What was it, Velveeta?
I don't know what it was, but it didn't even melt.
sure
She
it
had to
wasn't-
made a separate batch because like it was
like plastic or anything.
it was
like,
plastic.
Oh, it was-
It
so-
didn't even melt. It was like a
know-
macaroni with like plastic on
oh
top
my
of
gosh!
it.
You know it probably was plastic, right?
It probably wasn't. I'm like, don't you
Yeah.
ever try
Yeah.
to feed me this shit again.
It's
okay?
like when they had like the glue in the dog food. And they were like, oh, you can't feed glue to dogs. Got to change the formula again.
She's like, I was a little concerned when I put it in the oven and it didn't melt, and I'm like, because it's not cheese.
What was it?
Plastic.
Well, it's like they had the shaky cheese, the Kraft, the Parmesan.
cheese?
Yeah, they were like, and cellulose. Like, what's cellulose? She's like, wood pulp.
Why won't you just give us what we
it
have?
keeps it from clumping.
What we want.
We just put a little bit of wood in here, sprinkle some wood, some grass.
It's like you
Next
get
thing you know-
juice and they have to put 100% juice. Well, what the fuck else would it be? It's fucking juice.
100% not juice.
Yeah, I mean, I understand if I'm buying soda.
Yeah.
If I'm buying soda, I'm giving up on the fucking drinking of the juice.
Well, I think
You're
it's,
drinking soda. What kind are you drinking right now?
Diet Pepsi.
Diet
Actually,
Pepsi.
well,
I thought
yeah,
you were Diet Coke.
I was whatever was in there. Diet Pepsi.
Diet Coke and Captain?
I don't really drink too much Captain anymore.
No, why not?
I don't know. I don't like feeling like shit the next day.
yeah.
Moderation.
that
And
sounds-
everything in
See, but
moderation.
the whole point
That's-
of drinking is to
Not
really
to get
to that-
trashed.
No, I didn't.
No
you didn't
way.
let me
A
finish.
nice buzz.
It's to get a nice buzz, but when you get a nice buzz, you want to maintain.
You want more,
that buzz.
exactly.
Drinking
You're
some-
supposed to have to drink water in between.
Oh no, that's terrible. Who wants to drink water in between
Yeah.
that? Yeah, you just have to drink slowly enough and then know your limit, to be able
Or
to cut it
just
off.
keep on fucking drinking, baby.
Well, no, there's a window
Keep
too.
on drinking.
You can't start it like too early. It's like,
Yeah.
and there's certain things. You got to drink beer during the day, and if you're gonna drink wine, you can't drink before 3:00 in the afternoon.
No?
No, it'll shut you down.
Tell me. I need to
It'll
write
shut
this
you.
down.
It'll shut you right down. I mean, there's been many
There
a Sunday.
are no rules.
Yeah, where I'm
when
like,
it
oh,
comes
let me
to
just
day
start
drinking.
drinking a little bit of wine at 3:00.
And you have to make sure you eat.
Oh.
That's the golden rule.
Eating and
Well,
drinking
you
is-
should eat a little something at least, because
You
I've made
just,
that mistake.
You just gotta
before.
She's right.
tough it out.
No.
Like, learn to get through
Dude,
like
if you
the
don't
spins.
drink, you're gonna shit your pants. I mean, if you don't eat,
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
gonna shit
No,
your
no,
pants.
no.
That is
If
also
you
true.
drink regardless, the next morning you're gonna take a shit.
Yeah, of course
It's
you-
called the liquor shit, and it smells like death. I'm
Everyone-
sorry. I didn't want to, bring this up because it's not ladylike, but it
Well,
is.
well, that's the
It's
one thing
gross.
too. I don't know if you ever drank a lot of red wine, but that's what you get the green shits. And then
Ew.
yeah, you're like, oh my
I'm
gosh,
staying away from
you're like,
that.
I
What
shit a
happened?
grape. Yeah. Well, you're always like, oh, I'm dying, like my inside, and then you're like, oh yeah.
Have you ever
it's from
got
the
a
wine.
shit that looks like a lightning bolt in between? It's like one color and then it becomes
Gross.
another color in the middle. It's like a fucking fossil.
And it's the slurpy shit too. That's another one. You'll be
I
like,
call it the liquor shit because
It's
every
this-
time you've had a night of drinking, the next morning you shit and it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
the liquor shit.
It's
is what I
always
call it.
good
All I
times.
know is one time, like you said, I drank and I didn't eat anything, and I shit my pants.
You did?
Yeah, I was sick. It was definitely fucking, and it wasn't like I shit my
I
pants.
knew
like,
it because that one night we hung out, you were smelling a little bit like shit.
Never.
I didn't want to
Ever.
say anything because I would never judge
Where were we
you.
at? Were we at Key Lime?
Yes.
If I shit my pants, I would have jumped right in the water.
That's one of those things where I'm proud to say that I've never shit my pants before.
Yeah, you're a liar.
We talked about that the other
I never
time.
have, but I peed my pants before.
Oh no, no,
Dude,
no,
when you're
no.
sick and you just can't help it,
Well, sort of like the Seinfeld thing, where it's like you've never puked before or whatever. Like, yeah,
I've
I've puked plenty of times.
Many
that is like that's my
hate
go-to. I'm
it.
like, yeah, but yeah, as far as like shitting my pants, never done it.
Never.
Yeah,
Try puking for 4 months straight.
Oh man,
It's called
Pregnancy, baby.
anorexia.
No, it's called pregnancy, and I knew you were gonna say that.
anorexia.
It's called pregnancy.
have a
Oh, my
name for that.
God. I wanted to be captain of the cheerleading squad.
It's called I had a human being in my body.
That's weird. It's weird.
4 months straight. It was not.
You had
You know
a
what you were
human
puking
4 months
away?
straight.
4 months
It's
straight.
usually a little longer than
You were
that.
And
puking
it's
away
not.
all
It's not
your-
even morning sickness. It's day. It's like
Was it in the beginning
all
or the
hours
end?
of the night.
Dude,
it's the first 4 months.
You were
Oh,
puking
okay.
away all your dreams.
I was. I was, wasn't I?
I'll never go in the valley.
What happened to hope? There it goes.
Oh. But no, I've never shit my pants. Thankfully, I guess Scott's the only one here. But
Yeah.
I did pee my pants.
Oh, okay.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, sure.
You're like, no, don't tell me.
No, I want to hear this.
Well,
Pee
we
pants
had
story is hilarious.
we were out having drinks, me and my friend, and then we left, and I'm like, crap, I have to use the bathroom. I'm like, I'm gonna pull over at a gas station,
Mm-hmm.
and so I asked the guy, can I have the key to the bathroom? And he's like, no, you're not buying anything. And I'm like, please,
Oh.
sir. I'm like, I really have to go, and he would not give me the key. And I literally couldn't hold it anymore, and I had jeans on, so you
pissed
could
right
see.
in the
Oh
place.
my god!
Right, as
What
soon
did the
as
guy say?
he started laughing at me.
I would have been like, "What a fucking dickhead, man."
He was a jerk. I'm like,
Was he a white guy?
He's like, yeah.
no, I think he was Asian. I think.
Oh no way! They
probably
never give
into
you-
it.
You know.
I don't know, but
Let
I was
me
like,
smell.
sir, like I really have. I should have just bought something, but he did not give me the key.
Why don't you go, bro?
and-
Just give me a fucking pack of gum. I'll be right back, Chun-Li.
But you ever
I
had
gotta
that thing
shit.
like when you're about like at the bathroom and then like when you get home and then you're like I have to pee so
You
bad.
see
like,
the toilet and you start peeing
Right,
already,
right. Like
yes.
I didn't have to pee that bad. Like when I got here.
No, but
all
I
of a
peed in my jeans. I had
Oh,
jeans on, and
man.
you could see the wet mark. And then I, I walked to the car. I didn't even tell my friend. I just sat down and continued driving.
Yeah, that's you roll with that. You're like, no, I'm fine. This,
I just pee my pants.
What is
I'm
that?
like-
No, I got some soda.
Oh my
How
god,
long ago was this?
this was before I had my son.
Oh, that was
yeah,
a
this was a
long
long
time
time ago.
So how you
But-
cover that up is when you shake up, you actually buy something next time. You shake it up and just put it in your lap and then you get
But
in the car.
he was laughing at me. What a jerk! And he's like pointing at it, and I'm
you-
like,
you
"You're
pi-
such an asshole! You
I
could have
would've
just let me use the
Dude, you should have
bathroom."
pulled your pants down and pissed right on the floor.
No, I'm too classy for that. I just peed in my pants.
yeah.
Well, it was an accident. man.
I couldn't hold it anymore.
you got to keep it classy, you know.
You got to keep it classy
And
in your
that's-
pants.
That's the important thing.
Yes, keeping it classy.
What else you got out there?
We have, let's talk about, Scott's very passionate about this topic. I saw it on his Facebook, the gorilla.
Oh yeah,
zoo that
that's
got
right.
I'll
killed.
be honest. The whole point of that shit was that nobody knows what was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do was shoot that gorilla.
I agree with Greg because you can't. I mean,
don't.
No, you can't. You
you
can't.
can't let a kid die. It wasn't.
Yeah,
A,
right.
It wasn't
exactly.
an adult.
It wasn't about
a baby.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
Yes.
all about the kid.
If
That's
it
really
was
what.
an adult,
I know.
you dumb motherfucker. What did you think
Look,
was
I
gonna
have a
happen?
kid, so I do see both ways. I feel it sucks. He's an endangered species, and he was in his habitat. It's not like he
Right.
busted out of. If a dog mauls you in your yard and runs into your yard and mauls you, they put him down. Okay, but he was in his habitat. As a mother, I don't like if I didn't see my son for 10, 20 minutes, I'm
Right.
gonna be like, where the hell is he at?
Yeah.
I mean, I hear that she had maybe 3 other kids with her, so I'm sure I have a kid. I know that they run
know what,
around.
though?
It's
You
hard.
have to
Yeah, you're
know,
at a-
especially
But if
especially
my-
at 4 years old. At
If
4,
my 4-year-old is missing for more than 2 minutes, I would have had a problem.
Right,
with that.
right. But I'm saying, yeah, that's you. And there's a lot of people out there who are a little more loose, play a little
No,
fast
I
and loose with the rules.
understand. And it could happen to anybody. I'm not saying I'm the perfect.
And at 4, especially when I heard 4, that's someone who is like, they're like tiny little terrorists. They
Yes.
they do not negotiate with you. There's no kind of like getting through to them. You can kind of get them on your side for a little bit, but then they just go off and do their own thing.
But I
Talking
have
about the
one
gorilla or the
child.
baby?
Yeah, but well,
I have one. I hear she had 4, so I get it. Like I'm sure she was
here's
spread
what,
thin.
Here's
but-
what it comes down to. The gorilla's parents aren't suing a damn thing.
They're probably
So if
dead.
you want to know what the
Yeah.
decision they're making there, they're saying, "Oh, who's going to take us to court?" You know, Bobo the fucking gorilla is not.
But did you hear that?
He was my boy.
Did you? s-
the guy saying, "Well, she's not going to be charged."
what would she be charged for?
It said
Yeah.
if she was in the bathroom
Oh,
smoking
they just wanted to
crack,
fucking
they would have
charge
charged her.
right.
He said that.
Right,
He's like,
right.
"Give-
But
give you an
she's
example."
she's just a negligent
I
parent.
mean, it was a tragedy
Yeah.
because this animal had to die.
Granted, she was negligent, but at the
Yes.
same time, that it's very. If you, I think they were talking about the enclosures because the whole thing they
Yes.
try to do is not put a cage up and everything.
Yeah.
So of course, like you've been around at the zoos before, and you look and you're like, that's a big ass hole, and like a kid could definitely slip through there.
Yeah.
But it's part of what they do to make it feel more natural and everything.
But
And-
I think had that gorilla, if he wanted to kill the baby, he would have done it right away.
Did
He
you
could have
s-
squashed
I think
him
so,
like
too.
no
Did
one's
you see the
business, but he
video
didn't.
of him dragging the kid through the water?
I didn't see the whole video.
Pretty quick, right?
Oh, dude, it was disturbing, and I don't even like.
I
Because
kind
they
of saw.
move
I
it like-
kind of saw it when
I
he was
saw
kind
a
of
little
holding
bit-
his hand a little
It
bit, but
looked
then I didn't
like-
want to watch
There,
it.
there was there's one part where he basically like is dragging him by either the hand or the leg and runs probably like a good like 10, 15
Oh my
yards
gosh.
and just
Into
drags
that
the
corner.
kid.
I
Yeah,
just
no,
couldn't see
he was in a corner and he drags it to the middle. Yeah, and it was like it was one of the it was
I
it was
couldn't
not
see
how
it.
you would drag a kid. And it's like the kids in the, and that was the other thing too. The kid was in
that
you
murky-ass
can't
shit water.
can't tell, but I think it's like a good like 2 or 3 feet of water, like maybe a little less than that. But
Yeah.
it's enough to where they were even saying like if we tranquilized the gorilla,
he
he would have
falls
fallen
in.
assaid in the water and he would have
With the
drowned.
baby.
Yeah,
Well, it said it could have
with-
taken up to 10 minutes to tranquilize
Yeah,
him, and,
yeah,
and
you-
then he
and
could have
you-
gotten
agitated, yeah.
agitated
Yeah,
and maybe hurt
forget
the kid.
about
But
it.
I
Yeah,
still think that
yeah.
if he wanted to hurt the baby, he would have done it right there.
I'll be
and then.
honest. I don't know shit about gorillas.
Neither do
I don't
I,
know
so
shit about tranquilizers, and I don't know shit about babies.
But you
So
know
I don't
what you
have
put in
an
my
opinion.
drink.
Well, I do know that like monkeys,
Babies.
they're like the little chimpanzees, like
Chimpanzees will fuck you up.
Yeah, they're actually like as strong as like a couple humans
Yeah,
put
it's
together.
like
They had one of those
three.
like these things where they were pulling like a weight, and they started like putting more and more in, like a couple 100 pounds, and the thing was just one arm was just like. Boop, like
But
like
do you
it-
agree if that baby would have fallen into like a lion's den, he
that
would have
would've-
been
yeah.
instantly?
Yeah, well,
I don't know if necessarily things will kill babies like that.
No,
I think they'd be curious.
there's some animals
and
that are more
eventually they
aggressive than
Right.
others. You think
It-
if he falls
it-
into hyenas, they're gonna?
remember back in the 90s, they had that video of the gorilla like picking up the kid and being like,
Yeah.
because it was hurt and everything.
Yes.
But I think that was a female gorilla.
But everyone
a
knows.
gorilla also. Yeah.
See, I think that
They are more
I could be
motherly.
totally fucking wrong, but it's just my opinion that I don't think if they're not threatened by it,
Right.
they're not gonna fuck with it. Like that gorilla wasn't threatened by that kid.
But
And
some animals are more
it's
aggressive
the
than others.
chance-
I think he was.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying
right.
that he wasn't going to do anything. I'm saying that he wasn't threatened, so
Right.
he wasn't going to fucking attack it because what was it going to do to him? He was curious about it.
But what you didn't see was like the moment in which they shot him. Like that's obviously the part they're not.
They
was
don't-
not
didn't
gonna
show
watch
that?
that.
Yeah,
I can't
I
watch
maybe
it.
they do. Maybe I haven't seen video. All I saw is the one thing of the fucking gorilla dragging the kid
Yeah.
about like like I said 10 or 15 yards.
Looked
Like
like
oh
he had-
shit,
looked like
shoot,
he had a fucking
shoot
Cabbage
that
Patch Kid
fucking
in his
gorilla.
hand.
That kid's gonna die. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I can't imagine like losing sight of my child at that young of a child for that period of time. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge because it could happen to anybody. But
I mean, shit happens.
when you have little kids like that and you go to like a place like that, you need to have your eyes.
All
on
I'm
them.
saying is the owner of that zoo is giving the fucking dude who shot the gorilla a gold medal. Like, thank you for not having
Yeah,
a dead.
imagine how bad-
Because you want to talk about a story, talk about a live gorilla and a dead kid.
That's probably why. That's probably why it took so long.
Yeah.
To fucking shoot him because he's like, I want some really good Rolling Stones tickets.
right.
I would like my own parking spot.
Right.
I would like 2 clicks away. I would like free lunch, and not from that shitty restaurant, from the good one that has the Caesar salads.
But it's still sad that at the end of the day,
It's
Correct.
something died.
Yeah.
I mean, look, in that situation, something was gonna die.
course.
Well,
There
to
was
me,
no-
what really disgusts me, and that's why we were not disgust me, but it kind of makes it the whole thing like that's why I was saying if people, if black people really wanted them to be like people to care about them getting shot by police, they need to dress up as lions and gorillas because otherwise no one.
That's the only reason why white people care.
That's
Oh,
the only way-
Tyrone the bear! No, not Tyrone the bear. We loved him.
Hands up, don't shoot. That's
he
why
made the Vine videos.
I saw a hands up, don't shoot bear on the
Yeah.
on the weekend today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Then you just need to dress up as gorillas and like different like wild
something
a
cute.
giraffe or something like that. Oh no,
You know
Leroy.
what? Gary Coleman would have made a perfect koala bear.
Right.
Just a little koala, like
Webster,
so
yeah.
Emmanuel
Webster.
Lewis.
Yeah,
He's got way
Emmanuel.
too much pride, bro.
That's he wouldn't
He-
stoop himself to that level.
Yeah, I think he reminds
did
me.
he, I thought he passed away.
Manny Moe? No,
Uh,
Gary Coleman's dead.
yeah,
Gary
Emmanuel.
Coleman. Manny Moe's dead.
Everyone thought Emmanuel Lewis was the
Yes.
one. No, but Gary Coleman. You know,
That's right, that's
that
right.
kidney disease.
Dude, why? Because he hung out with Michael Jackson?
No.
He's like, he never touched me
No,
because
it's
he knew.
sadly enough, it's the same reason he was famous in the first place, and it was because of some like basically
Dwarfism?
Well, no, it was like complications from the
Dude.
shit that made him tiny and cute in the first
But
place.
he was Webster.
No.
You're talking about Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about fucking. Gary Coleman had some kidney disorder.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, well, you didn't. I mean,
Jesus
you
Christ!
didn't say it.
Both of them did. I love that in the '80s there was actually a time where they're like, find another black kid with some kind of thing that makes him tiny and cute, but he's like 11, so he can take instructions.
Yeah. Dude, what about Sam? Sam totally fucking ruined.
Who is that?
That little ginger kid that was their brother, that was Dixie Carter's fucking kid.
The
Remember
ginger
Mr.
kid?
Miss-
Are we
Mr.
talking about Webster?
No, different strokes.
Different
man.
strokes. Okay.
Dude, Mr.
I know there's
Mr.
the white
Drummond,
daughter.
Mr. D got married, dude. No, that was Dana Plato.
Yeah, she's dead too.
She died, yeah.
Yeah, is the son's
Todd
not?
Bridges is still alive.
He's still alive.
But he
That's
did
that's
serve
like.
time
But he's
in
on
jail.
drugs or something,
No,
right?
Oh
he's
no,
clean
that was
now.
a long time ago. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
on drugs. He
He's,
said-
he's cleaned up his act, Erica. All right.
He has. Thanks, Gregory. Thanks for letting me know.
Keep up on the Todd Bridges.
Not
is
all the things that rap music says is true. Don't believe the trap, Erica. White man's world.
So he had another kid. Like there was another guy there in there somewhere with red hair or something.
Sam.
I don't remember that shit.
Dude, just
he
Google
always
different
remembers
shows.
shit. You nobody.
Sam
He
fucking-
knows random shit.
Yeah, no, I
Sam-
think I know like random 80s stuff, and he goes like one level deeper. I'm like,
Sam
dude, I don't remember any of that.
was the kid. He was his stepbrother because, remember, Willis left.
Oh, okay.
And I think he went to college or something, which meant he went to jail. And
What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about 5 to 10. But That's what he got.
1020 life.
Yeah, and
It's almost like you can't do crack anymore.
so it's like Jesus.
Crack is whack.
I understand why do they get so upset about you smoking crack?
Well, I think if it was legal, it wouldn't be as big a deal. You know, you could just kind of like do crack and then go back to work the next day rather than like hanging
Yeah.
out with all these losers.
Crackheads only because they're the only people that can get it.
Yeah. I mean, you see
But
some.
you can tell when someone's on crack. They don't.
Nah, I don't think
Sometimes.
so.
You can tell when probably someone's on something. But
Yeah, well, I think if you're pro crack user, like you're really, you get that shit tapered off. You're like, don't do all the talking. All right, it's kind of like when you're smoking weed and you have to show up somewhere and you're like, okay.
I'll be honest.
What?
I saw somebody smoke crack once
Mm-hmm.
when I was like 16, and we were smoking a joint, and I didn't really smoke. We were smoking a joint at a canal bank, me and a couple of my buddies, and this lady comes up and she starts telling us fucking some crazy shit. She was disgusting, like a prostitute, and she's like, "Yeah, I smoke crack," and she's pulled it out and she started smoking it, and started giving us some like advice.
Really?
Well, she was smoking.
Yeah, and
crack.
we're like, "What?"
Like staying school
Dude,
here.
but the craziest thing she did was she started smoking a crack, and then she climbed like up a fucking 50-foot tree and was like talking to us from the tree.
That sounds like a crack smoking story.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck is
Was
going on?
that before or after you saw the dead body?
The dead body
Was this
when
in
I
New
was a
York?
little kid. No, this was here. Dead body was when I was like 6.
Oh, I
6.
saw a dead body this weekend.
Did
Pretty
you?
sweet.
Where?
We were driving down the highway in Colorado, and then we were like, "What's that big traffic jam about?" And I was
Oh my
like, "Damn, that
gosh.
motorcycle looks fucked up." And there was like a big white sheet in the middle
Oh
of the
no,
fucking
that's
road. And I was like,
terrible.
"Oh shit!" And April was like, "What? And I
He's
was
a
like,
ghost.
"Oh shit!" I was like, "Someone's dead." And then we were like, "Ah, yeah." And I double checked, and it was like, "Yep." They said something on the Denver police Twitter, and I was like, "Damn." It fucks you up. You're like, oh man.
Sad.
It just gives you a
Yeah, you're like,
reminder
well-
of how fragile shit is.
Well, and to me, and that's why all weekend I'd been seeing like dudes driving down mountain roads on a motorcycle or something like that, and there was like one wall with like a memorial on it, and like the girlfriend was like, "Oh, well," he's like, "What's that over there?" I'm like, "That's where a guy smashed into the wall."
I don't like motorcycles. My brother-in-law passed away on a
Oh
motorcycle.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My friends, I have a friend who's like has like a relative or whatever, and it's the same thing. Like they just ended up getting into a motorcycle accident. It
My
was like,
sister was on the bike and
Yeah.
she survived.
Oh, yeah, he was lucky he even survived. It was like a broken like femurs,
Yeah.
broken. I mean that thing they're really dangerous. I don't it looks really fun.
it does look like a lot of fun.
Right, and that's the whole thing. I mean, if there was anything else that killed people more regularly, they would be like, this is fucking bull. Like it would be like drunk driver or anything like that because the shit that happens.
Everyone knows that Kawasaki's in the fucking Illuminati
But why is it not required to wear a helmet when you go on a bike,
Because
but
they
it's
figure
required to wear a seatbelt
because they figure it's
in a
probably
car?
over.
Right. Oh,
But do you see what I'm saying? Like you have a shell, at least you have a shell in a car that kind of can protect you, but on a bike you don't. But it's not required.
If
to
you
wear a
look at the
helmet.
politics behind it, the same people who are making a lot of the rules that say like you have to, they don't give a fuck about people in cars or whatever. But then there's a lot of people that are like, hey, like I like to ride my Harley every once in a while, and I don't want to wear no fucking helmet, and that's some liberal bullshit.
Joey
like,
Buttafuoco.
big government trying to tell me not to basically smash my head on the pavement. It's tough. Like so, it's one of those things where I think it's something people are used to, and there's a whole I think there's a culture behind it that
well,
says
you ride
like,
at your risk, pretty much. It's like,
but in that respect, I'm kind of like, oh well, I guess
You
I
do everything at your own risk.
right.
You do, you're right.
And in that respect, in that regard, that's why I'm like, let them do it. Then
If they wanna do it, it's their life,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's where where I draw the line. I'm like, for individual freedom, like you want to
Yeah.
do whatever you, and that's where you're saying like smoking crack. Like, why can't they just smoke crack? I was like,
I'm not for smoking crack.
Well, what I'm saying is the problem with smoking crack is you go to jail for it,
Yeah.
and the people you have to hang out to get the crack. If you just went to this local corner store and you got your crack and you went home, like people do that all the time with cigarettes. People do it all the time with beer. Every time I would go to work in the morning, what do you see? Starbucks. And what do you see? A huge fucking line out there. And if you've ever had like a Starbucks
Crack
coffee,
bucks.
that shit is like
It is
crack.
like
Come to Crack Bucks.
I remember it. Yeah.
We're from Seattle.
No.
I don't drink coffee, but I needed it one day, and I got some Starbucks,
Oh.
and I was shaking. I feel
Uh-huh.
like I was on crack. I don't know what it feels like to be on crack, but
yeah.
I had the shakes,
My
and I was
friends have done-
sweating and having palpitations.
My friends have done cocaine before. And they told me it was exactly like it was a lot
It's like Starbucks is like cocaine.
It was a lot like my friends.
I actually,
my friends said that.
I drink Starbucks. I quit drinking coffee for a couple years because it was making me angry, but I wanted some more coffee because I wanted people to take me more seriously, and so That's the story.
Where the fuck
So,
is this story going?
Is it
Scott?
like Coke?
So,
God damn.
I don't know, like Coca-Cola.
No, like Coke, like off strippers' asses.
I never did that.
No, that seems like doubly unsanitary.
I mean,
You're already taking your chances, like baby laxatives
Yeah.
and heartworm medication,
That's
cut into it, and now you're gonna be like on a stripper's ass. It's like I'm gonna roll the dice on this one. It's
You're gonna
either
get some
You know how many-
herpes on your nose.
you
it's
know how many things that
hepatitis or
things have
flesh-eating disease, one or
It's
the
grinded
other.
the
on
dengue fever.
I'm gonna make it through.
I only did cocaine a couple times, and it wasn't really my thing.
Well, speaking of sleeping around,
What?
I'm kidding.
I think what?
That's where this is going.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh, Erica
that's
and
how
her
it went
crazy,
together.
dirty mind.
No, listen.
Well, yeah, every other time, like I've done cocaine, it's been like, and I'm alone now.
Yeah, and I alienated everyone I know. You want to hear something funny though about how some people are just weirded out by any kind of drugs? Like one time, everyone came back to our house with me and my I had a roommate.
A couple days ago?
No, this is a while ago. This is easily 5 years ago. I had a roommate, and we went out, and then we went back to my place, and I pulled out the bong, and this one girl was there, and she was like, "All right, I'm going. See you later."
Oh my god,
I
that's
was like,
so
"Well,
funny.
that didn't work out as well as I'd planned. It did the exact opposite."
Well, I think that's where we're at now too. Like it's like you can't like I realized that the other day. I was like smoking weed. My friend was like, "I'm smoking so much weed," and I was like, "Ah, damn, we're all old now and shit." Like that's not.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I mean, either you do it or you don't.
Well, right. But at the same time, it's still kind of like, oh, I look like a complete loser right now. I didn't get that.
Greg,
I thought it was like
You're the
it's like
one
college, and I'm
driving-
like, I'm house, and I just smoked a bowl.
you're the
and I
one
smoked
driving
it.
your brand new car, going on vacations,
Oh.
having Apple computers,
Oh.
eating apples that are organically grown.
I don't. I just eat the regular ass apples.
Do you?
I don't believe in
I don't
that
believe
bullshit.
you.
No, that organic nonsense. No.
Do you
that's-
look like you eat organic?
Yeah. That just has to be.
What is that?
I don't know.
I forgot to turn my cell phone off.
That's her.
Yeah, I thought it was me. That's fine. Oh, it's behind us.
Yeah.
Good day, Scott.
What you want me to? I don't mean.
Go look through her purse real quick.
I'm not gonna-
Wow, what an interruption. I'm sorry, guys. I
It's
thought I
alright.
turned it off.
It's fine. Is that your Disney princess ring?
Well, Joanna, hand me the phone because she might call again. Sorry, guys. Wow.
Oh,
I didn't want to be that person at the theater that didn't turn their phone off, and I told myself it had to be the Spanish chick. Had to be the Spanish chick.
Oh man.
It's Abuela.
Oh, there's one time I was in the movie theater and these people were talking, and
Let me guess.
It was Abuela.
go ahead, guess.
She probably left a message. Mijo, please call me.
Please bring me some rice
Please,
and beans
yeah,
on
call
your way
me. Call
home.
me, please. Huh?
That's not how
Hey,
she
number
sounds,
7.
but okay.
How's she sound?
Please bring me some rice and beans.
She sounds just like I just said.
kidding.
Spain, dude.
Kidding.
No, my mom's from
Honduras.
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 Oh, that's
Honduras. My dad is
She's
from
an
Spain.
Inca.
Yes.
Oh, see, there you go.
Hey, see.
That's old school.
Yeah, man. They got pyramids and shit. I think they pretty much
That's
invented
in Peru.
God. It's all. Oh shit, she's calling back, Abuela.
Jesus, Abuela, relax.
Abuela.
Abuela, please.
Abuela, please.
I must speak, please. Answer the phone, please. It's emergency, seal, please. How do you open?
Well, since we're talking about this, let's just bring up Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
Shit,
Since Scott is all for the wall.
I didn't know that was.
I'm
coming.
not. I'm definitely not off of the wall. Maybe for the dudes,
He's the most.
because they're annoying. But the Spanish chicks can stay.
Oh really?
I met Donald Trump.
She tells the story. She loves the story.
No, I don't. I
This
just
is-
went to for New Year's. He had one of those dinner parties at Mar-a-Lago, and I had a friend that invited me, so we went and I met him. I took a picture with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the
So
rest of the
that's
story.
about
Tell
it.
the part
No,
you
no,
really
no,
want to
no.
tell. Tell the part you want
Seems
to
like a
tell.
pretty nice guy.
No. Yeah, he was actually really
That's
nice.
what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I'm
What
not.
did Donald Trump say? to
I'm
you?
not for all the comments he says, and
What
Right.
did he say
seems
to your
like
date? What did he say to your date?
he said, I asked him, can I take a picture with you? He said, yeah. And then he saw my date next to me, and he's like, are you with her? And he goes, yeah. He's like, you better be.
oh man.
Donald Trump's like, I will be in, and I will take your side chick.
That's like your grandfather being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
I'm
But
I'm
dude,
moving
Eric is
in on
down
this.
with power, man.
Yeah,
I
that's-
mean, he was nice
You
right
would-
then and there. I don't agree with all the things he says. I think he just says some
Would you Monica
stupid shit. but
Lewinsky Donald Trump?
hell
would
no,
you
I
be-
would not.
But how much of that shit do you think he's saying? Because that's what you say to get votes from those people. And
I
then
get it.
And then
People
he's,
talk
and
out
then
their
he's like,
ass.
these fucking dummies are voting for me because
But
I'm
do you
like,
want a
"I'm
president
gonna-"
that talks like that says things? I don't know. It just.
But how do you get the votes? It's like that's why they have all these anti.
I think he's
But
gonna win. I'm not
Do you
even
want
kidding.
a president that lies about everything?
That's what I'm saying. People are tired of politicians,
Right.
and then comes,
they
comes
really
Trump.
created him.
Yeah.
They did.
No, they did.
I think he's gonna win.
It's crazy in the way that like he's like is saying things that would totally. I mean, like the racist shit and all of everything else aside, like the conspiracy theory type stuff, where he's like, oh, the Saudis and 9/11. Like, if you said that shit like as a normal person,
You know
they would run you out of town on a
The
rail.
Wild West is coming
It's
fucking
so
back,
fucking
baby.
nuts.
And his name is Donald J. Trump. Is his middle name J?
And when people, but the
He's like fucking Billy the Kid, but really old.
But I like it because I at the point when it was Donald Trump and not like Ted Cruz or any of those other assholes, I was like, I'm okay with this. Like at this point, it's a big turd sandwich
But can
either
you
way.
do something about his hair, please?
Oh,
All that
my
money.
goodness.
I'm
What does
sorry.
it matter?
It
well,
does.
Well, that's why he has hair like that. Is because of all that money. You heard about the ways to
wife,
the
right?
microwave that he does. yeah. There's something where they take like one strand of hair and then they weave in a bunch of like other strands
is
onto
hilarious.
it, and that's why like he has.
But why were they
He
like,
says
hey, we're
that's
gonna make some hair?
natural.
It's like the $60,000 hair club for men.
That's
like
you kidding me?
That's
No.
well, right,
But
exactly.
it looks
That's-
horrible.
uh,
If you're paying $60,000 for hair, that shit better
well,
look good.
You got to understand the era he came from. Like, I can shave my head and be okay with it, but if you see people like
He
not even
looks like fucking Lex Luthor, man.
well, not even like 10 years old. Right. So at the point where he was going bald, it would have been like he was
would've been
Lex
like,
Luthor.
He had no power.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have no power.
And there was a huge. I'm sure he's got the whole like art of the deal, the power, and
Is he a
everything.
billionaire or is he still man?
He's a billionaire. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Because I
He's-
remember he went on.
He's been a billionaire. Well, the thing about it is he was given like $200 million by his dad. So if and that was 1960s money or something like that, 1970s. So if you were to do the whole, hey, how's it going?
Snapchat.
If you were to do the whole, like if you were to just put that money in the bank, you would have $1 billion by now. So that's one of the things about it. But you know, he's definitely got $1 billion. So yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That must be nice.
Yeah, right.
I would think it would be cool just to have $1,000.
Well,
I'll take a $20 bill right about now.
the $1 billion point, you can make shit happen. Like people are just hanging out, like like, you can fucking move like entire cities and shit like that. Once you have that,
Because you
amount
still
of-
you could buy that. Listen, I know what your gross national product is, and I can fucking afford it. And did I use that right?
right.
Oh, I did. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You could probably buy Canada, right?
GDP, gross national. I don't know.
You could at least buy Finland.
You could definitely buy a country for like $10
or an
million.
island for sure.
Dude, I would
All
buy.
these celebrities have
You know what would
private
be
islands
great,
they
bro?
buy.
I would buy like Mexico and throw all the Mexicans out.
Well,
I'm just joking.
Mexico
Hey,
you
hey.
can't buy because it's too expensive because of all the drug dealers.
a huge
They have the drug dealers are billionaires. That's like the Pablo Escobars and like the one dude Chapo or whatever.
El
like
Chapo.
El Chapo. They
Yeah, you
fuck-
don't hear about him talking about killing Trump anymore.
Oh, well, I think he lost his shit. Because the real good drug dealers are the ones you never fucking hear about. Like that idiot was like that guy, that
too brazen.
respectful man. But,
Hey.
exactly.
Brazen like the guy trying to drag
Greg's
a little girl
thoughts are
out
not
of the Dollar
necessarily shared
General.
by those
Right,
of SMB.
No,
they are
no,
his
no.
own thoughts.
No.
And what does SMB
He hates El
stand
Chapo.
for?
It stands for Scott Makes Brownies.
Yes.
I thought it was something else.
No.
Nope.
Well, maybe if someone's a
was
good
wrong.
girl, they'll find out. But
You mean it doesn't stand for suck my balls?
Oh,
Well, that all depends.
Scott came up with that right.
But where are your brownies
that
then? If you
acronym.
make brownies,
They're actually in the freezer. And this is the time where I'm supposed to keep it flowing.
I see.
Greg has to take one of his many restroom breaks.
So
Normally,
let's talk about
what? What
what
would
you
like-
wanted to talk about.
What did I want to talk about? Oh, so we were talking about like, you and this is what you said, and I'll say what you said. You were like, I'm not really into one night stands. You were like, but Paul Walker.
No, I said I was supposed to sleep with him one day because he was my
Yeah.
celebrity crush.
But you should have stopped him from getting in that Porsche.
Stop, poor thing. But I've never. Well, I don't want to put my business out there, but just because he's a celebrity, I wouldn't go to a club and hook up with a guy that I don't know. And even though I know who he is, I still don't know him like that. So you said I would, and I said I wouldn't.
No, I was. Well, that was before you explained to me.
But you see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
he's still a regular person. Obviously, people
I
are going to
think
sleep
that
with celebrities
I don't
because
know, man. I maybe who knows? I'd like to think that if like Melissa McCartney was like, "I want to bang you," I would be like, "What?" No, I don't. I was just saying that as a joke. But I don't know. I never.
I didn't know you like Melissa McCarthy.
I don't. It was a joke. Honestly, if I could sleep with any celebrity, I probably wouldn't.
Who would
her.
it be?
Who would it be?
Yes. Who's your celebrity crush? Because I'll tell you mine.
Tell me yours first. And I'll
Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay. It's Cavill, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's Cavill.
You sure?
I've heard him say it.
I don't think you have.
Yes. And he plays Superman.
Yeah, I know. He's from Krypton. He's got that weird accent.
And also, he was on Immortals.
I saw that. That was the one where they were in like England or whatever and they were chasing him.
England.
Or France.
No.
There was one movie where they were chasing him through and he got
It had
shot
a
bunch
Mickey,
of times.
what is it, Rorick? Played the
Mickey
bad
Rourke?
guy?
I quit watching
It was a good
movies
ass
with that
movie.
guy.
But that's my celebrity crush.
But
But if I met him, would I sleep
Oh,
with
you
him.
would totally sleep with him.
I would hope I.
Dude, I know you.
He's
You have
hot.
no self-control.
He's
You-
so. I have no self control.
I don't know. I was just trying to fucking make it sound better. I wasn't
With
trying-
food, I don't have self control. You're right. I'm gonna hit up Taco Bell after I leave too.
Okay. She's gonna hit up Taco Bell on the way home.
But you didn't tell me your celebrity crush.
I'm trying to think of who it's like totally different. And it's different all the time. I used to think Selma Hayek was so
She's
hot.
hot.
I think Penelope Cruz was so hot, but now they're kind of older.
But they're still hot.
If I don't waste it, I want to waste it on a chick in her prime.
Who, like Hillary Duff?
That's a perfect example of the Penelope Cruz one. Like she hit the wall at some point because I like Vanilla Sky almost. Like I was like,
She's
damn,
still hot
shit.
though, and
still-
Salma
Right,
Hayek, for
right.
her age.
But
Selma
no,
Hayek owns it.
I saw a certain
She's
angle where
beautiful.
she had like the duck face, and you're like, that just ruined it for me.
Hey,
And
that's
there-
my peeps right
what
there.
was
you're talking about.
and Renee Zellweger, but that's more because
Dude,
the
too much plastic
yeah,
surgery,
yeah,
man.
that's so fucked up, man.
But
Like,
there's some celebrities that
abs-
age well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Salma Hayek looks great.
oh
for
yeah,
her
oh
age.
she's still fantastic.
I
Are you
mean,
kidding me? Yeah, that's
Halle
one.
Berry, Jennifer Lopez. They
Right,
look really
right.
good, and they're almost
Jennifer
when
Lopez
they're
looks
50s,
exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
and she's almost 50.
She's Jenny from the
Hey, she's
block.
almost 50, and
almost
she
50.
did that video with who is
Iggy
it?
Azalea.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, Jennifer Lopez.
But then you have someone else that's 50,
I
and
don't
they
think
look
she's
nothing
almost
like
50.
her.
I don't think she's almost 50. I think she's
She
in
is.
her
She's
mid-
like 47.
I think look it up. I think
I'll
she's
look
in
it
her
up.
mid-40s.
No, I want to say she's closer to our age.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's only a couple years older. than
Jennifer
us.
Lopez.
Jennifer-
She's
no,
47.
maybe she's like 46.
She's 47 if I'm correct.
I'm going 46.
I'm googling it. Give me a sec.
46. I'm just guessing.
I'm saying 44.
No, it's not 44. I promise
I'm
you.
saying 46 because she's Jenny from the block.
Jennifer Lopez. What?
No, I think she's sexy.
Damn, that's old school.
What was she?
She
in?
is 46. Ding, ding, ding. I was correct.
I said 46. You said 47.
But
That's a-
you said she was your age.
That's
and
a young 46.
But I'm saying she looks good.
Well, right.
Some people don't age well.
and,
Dude,
and you only
you know
say
what's
that once
keeping
you're in
her
your
from
30s.
looking
No.
You know what's keeping her
Well,
from?
she does have money too.
You know what's key? I was gonna say. You know what's keeping her from looking like fucking Jenny in the block?
Right. Because she's had kids and twins and shit like that.
Twins.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but that don't matter, man. She doesn't have to work.
That's-
When you don't have to work, you can do whatever you want and
Exactly.
work
You
out
could
all
buy
day.
the best creams. You can get,
You could work out 3 hours a
trainers.
day.
Exactly.
That would be awesome. That's the one thing I wanna
Working
be
out for
rich
3 hours is awesome. No,
dude,
you
that-
want to
No,
work
but
out for
if you
3
don't, but if it's part of your job,
It's a
you need-
different lifestyle. You're
Yeah.
right.
I would,
She needs
I
to
would
have
do it if it
an
wasn't
ass.
my job.
Would you say you would even do it if? It
Yeah,
wasn't?
I totally. Are you
You-
fucking kidding me?
you
Like
don't
have
go-
a trainer for like 3. Oh, that would be the
Yeah,
shit.
but you go. I'm saying right now you can't. It's not feasible.
No, I can't.
Plus, it's not even
Right.
affordable.
Well,
You gotta
that's
have-
what I was saying.
I thought Greg was big money dollars.
No,
It's not that big money where you can afford his own
No.
private trainer.
I don't have time. Like that's
Time.
yeah. I could probably afford the trainer, but it wouldn't be worth it. Like in the respect
Yeah.
to where
His
I wouldn't
idea
be
of-
committed to it. Like as if I had
And
all
then
the
you have
time
to
in
do
the
a
world.
meal plan with it.
Oh, I would love
all-
it. Yeah, that would be perfect. I need that right now.
Hey, can I want to change the
What's that?
subject though. Who's Elon Musk?
Elon Musk.
Musk. That's his
Oh.
name.
He used to a billionaire that used to be part of along with like Peter Thiel and a couple other people who started PayPal and
Oh.
yeah. So
You
it
hear
was
what you know what I'm getting at, then about
Uh,
what he said about there's like a 1 in a billion chance that the world isn't a matrix or like the Matrix.
Oh
or
yeah,
some
no,
shit.
I didn't hear him say that. Yeah, that's a pretty common theory
Well,
though.
Google it.
I can't because it makes a noise when I do.
Oh.
But
Elon Musk.
He was building
Elon
something,
Musk.
right?
Elon Musk.
yeah, yeah. Well, so the idea is that there's even like a couple like I don't know if it's astrophysicist or one of those dudes, but these come with a theory, and he says like if you look into the I forget what part of it is. It's either inside of DNA or like in a quantum theory or something like that. You see this what is called like it's a thing that repeats.
Wow, he's worth a lot.
Yeah.
12.3 billion.
Yeah.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, and that's yeah.
Macintosh, and I'm sure they're organic.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's called you had one of the best like first or early internet companies. That's if you had an internet company that
PayPal was a .com.
well, it's sort of like who's the guy that does
Mark
what
Cuban?
he owns Mark Cuban. He's another one. He had like big sports or sports bet. Some
No,
you know,
was
or
that fucking? I thought it was that.
it was
the one with the dog.
Bodog.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something to do with that. But yeah, there was like if you had your shit on straight, and back then you made $1 billion. There's a lot of people that are still around them. But essentially, there's this thing called it's like it's an algorithm that makes it so that it's a repeating code. So say if you were looking at something there and like everything in the background wouldn't really be there, it would be it's something similar to that, and it's a way to save memory or space, but essentially that is like shows up in either like the DNA or like quantum physics or something like that. So it's really it's almost proof of like the life being a simulation. and that's what's strange about it. Because if you start looking into it, like there's even quantum physicists that are kind of like, there's a chance, you know, like he said, like there's a really good chance. Because if you think about like
is he like educated at all, or is he?
No,
just...
he's super fucking smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like he's ones that he's saying they're gonna send a spaceship to Mars by like 2020, you know, 12 or 2020 something. Yeah, so
is that where they're gonna live on?
No, they just landed a capsule on like a platform, like because one of the problems with the rockets is they shoot them up, and then once you shoot the payload up, like it's done, like it just falls apart. There's a joke somewhere. But but it comes back down. But so what they learned to do with the rockets is they had it come back down like reverse, like it almost looked like you're watching a rocket launch in slow motion. So it comes back down and it lands on this platform in the middle of the ocean. So
it says he plans to relaunch a used rocket later this year.
Yeah, well, because that was the one they landed earlier this year. That was absolutely, like, people were freaking the fuck out because they were like, if we can land these things, then we can save so much money because we waste so much just dropping it. You know, because you see like the old pictures of, you know, they drop off in stages. Like each of those stages are millions upon millions of dollars. So if you could reuse all that stuff, then that's what would make it a lot cheaper.
How do they get it though?
How do they get what?
How do they reclaim it?
It goes up in the air. The payload goes out, and then instead of dropping off, when it comes back, instead of like falling off, like it comes back down with the rocket booster.
I see what you're saying.
Slow, and if you can watch a video of it, it slowly goes down like this, and it just land with my hand sticking straight up in the air for people who are listening. But you know, it's a rocket, and it looks like a rocket launch in reverse. Like the rocket comes down and it lands on the like the pad in the middle of the ocean, and then that is what saves you millions of dollars because you can reuse it. So that's really where we're at right now. And it's like it's kind of a crazy time because once the private industries get a hold of this and they're able to do it more reliably, it's going to be like you're going to look at it like it's almost like planes were 100 years ago, where people are like, I'm not getting on that fucking plane, you're going to die. Like it's kind of dodgy, like it's not really reusable.
I don't want to go to space.
Right. Exactly. You would not want to go to space now, but like 100 years from now, like think about how like planes are. Like I hate planes too, but like to get from one place to another, like I just went across
I don't know if I want to go to space ever.
Well,
even if they open up like a fucking Six Flags there, I just still don't want to do it.
If they open up a Taco Bell up there, I'm down.
Well, you know there's going to be a Taco Bell there.
What's eventually going to happen? I think the first thing like they already have for like really rich people is where they just take you up, like, you know, and basically you're like orbiting the Earth or something like that. I don't know if they've gotten to that level.
Would you do it?
But like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like what astronauts talk about, like when you actually are able to go up outside of the atmosphere and look down on the Earth. But they say it's like almost like a religious experience.
That has to be sick.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I wouldn't do it until I was like, you know, I wouldn't do it. I'd probably never do it because I don't think the technology would be reliable enough. I mean, of course, if someone was like, "You're gonna do it for free tomorrow," I mean, I'd be crazy not to do it. But essentially, you're taking a huge risk at this point.
You're gonna die.
And that's my real problem with it.
There's gonna be fucking aliens,
snakes on a plane.
It seems to me it would be one of those things where we're like, "Do you want to go fly with Orville?" Right? And then, you know, like not even that, like, you know, 10, 15 years later, where they're like, "Go ahead on this big a canvas and wood plane that goes fucking 200 miles per hour." Like, no way.
It's like you're flying with fucking Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, no, I think I'll take my chances on that one. I'll push it past a little bit.
I'm sure it has to be cool though to see that. Like,
it's
probably like an out of body experience.
Well, right.
Sure.
Well, like because you can see it on TV and everything like that, but to really like, I don't know if you guys have. I got the which one with the Oculus
No, you
Rift
keep
thing.
saying you're going to bring them and never do.
Well, I can't bring it over here because it doesn't work on your computer.
What about your computer?
No, it won't even work on.
That thing's a piece of shit.
It won't work on any Macs. You need like a really expensive computer.
I don't know what that means.
But anyways, so if you put these like the VR goggles on, like you can like look around like all around. Like,
my phone has that.
Yeah. So it's sort of like that, but like it's like a more intense version. You know, there's better graphics, but it's similar.
I did one where I looked in a cave and there was glowing worms.
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Yeah, it's really weird though, right? Because you get
cool.
you get when you get the two eyes for it. Like, have you done it?
No.
Yeah. So there's a depth perception to it. So like so it feels like you're there. Like, and it's still early. Like, it's still a little bit. Even with the thing I have, it's like expensive and everything, but it's a little bit clunky. It's kind of bulky.
Yeah,
but
it looks like someone put fucking a brush, like a scrub brush, over your eyes.
So I don't know, but that's.
Have you watched porn on it yet?
No, I haven't. It's just
Did
so
you
much
think
hassle.
about it? You get busted, you wouldn't even know. They'd be laughing. Greg, what are you doing?
I
oh my god!
It's in my eye.
Yeah. You gotta have the peripheral, you know, like where you can see like someone coming down the stairs and you're like,
You gotta only have one thing on.
There's got to be something. Yeah, like I got to set up a motion sensor first,
Yeah.
so I'll know. But yeah, so I think like when you even that thing was sort of amazing. Like when the first time I used it, I was like, holy shit! Like this was really so.
It was like the first time you heard the Cars.
I don't remember that, and I was, when I was that age, I hated 80s music, so it was yeah, that didn't happen. I wasn't like, but now I'm like, oh wow, the Cars are really good.
He answered it honestly.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
don't.
oh yeah, man, that Rick Ocasek.
Yeah, I fucking hated it.
Jeez.
I remember despising MTV, being like, every time my sister would turn it on, I was like, oh my
I know why.
god, like
That's 'cause
this
there was
shit
no,
again.
No black artists.
No, I don't think it made a difference. I wasn't really aware of race at that point. Yeah.
I was aware of it as soon as my grandfather spoke.
Oh really?
As a child. No, I'm just joking.
Terrible.
Yeah. It didn't come till later on, and then I was just like,
Racism wasn't until I was in my mid-teens.
Greg, you're black.
huh? No.
You're-
No, I'm actually. I'm
Are you joking? No, because I remember you thought he was Hawaiian earlier.
I didn't say he was so white.
You're like, that guy looks super Hawaiian.
half
Puerto Rican."
Asian,
Yeah, he looks half Asian. He kind of looks like that dude from Batman Returns.
half Pelbanese.
That was the head of Raja Ghul.
I think something from an island.
Yeah.
Definitely an island. One of those
Yeah,
islands.
yeah.
That's what people used to get, like, when they thought they were clever when I was growing up. They'd be like, you're Hawaiian, aren't you? I'm like,
Do you get do people think you're Spanish sometimes? You
oh,
said that.
sometimes.
All the time?
Every time. It's like Puerto Rican, right? I'm like,
I
no.
knew you were gonna say
Puerto
Puerto
Rican, right? And I'm like, no.
I'm like, nope.
All right, that's if they don't start speaking Spanish to me, and then immediately I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, and they give me that look like you speak Spanish, but you're pretending like you
You know
don't.
people think I'm a white girl all the time? I don't get it.
It must be hard, really hard.
But do I look like a white girl?
It's terrible. It's a curse, right?
But do I look
like,
like a white
I-
girl?
Nobody wants to be a honky.
No,
You
but
know,
do I
I've-
look like a white girl? It's
yeah,
a question. I do.
Yeah, you can pass for white.
No
guess
way.
guess what?
You think so?
Yes, you can. You can
I
pass
maybe-
for white
maybe
at this
because
point.
I've known your Spanish
Especially
your
in
whole
South
life.
Florida too, because like at a certain point you just get like if you're like I said Blanco Spanish enough, you get white. You get.
you're
I
right.
grew up with people that look
'Cause I'm
like you.
pasty as
No,
shit.
I grew up with people that look like you, and they weren't like. Even though I was considered like, oh, like I had plenty of girls be like, I can't date you, but they could date the Blanco Spanish dudes. Why? Because they were white.
Because they had that nice hair.
Yeah, exactly.
that good hair.
They had that nice hair.
James Brown hair.
No, but I didn't hear about the Blanco Spanish dudes being like, oh, dude, they couldn't date me because I was Spanish. Didn't happen. And it's South
Yeah.
Florida. They were
Spanish is-
accepting, like, we like those Blanco Cubans, so if you look like that, we're cool with that.
I
don't
just
see it.
remember that.
You don't see it? It didn't happen with you?
No, I think I look Spanish.
Oh, okay. You're not seeing that. Well, I think you could pass for white because it's one of those things where at this point, there's a lot of race mixing going
Yeah.
on. So,
Mix it up.
some people aren't sure. It's like as long as you have like the skin and everything.
I get Italian a lot, but
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Because
You're
there was
right.
race mixing going on there with the whole like the Moors and stuff. The Moops, the Moops.
I've never heard that term.
You never heard that?
No.
The Moors, or yeah, it's in a movie, True Romance, where they talk about like the
True romance.
the Moors coming in from the north and whatever.
What kind of movie is that?
It's with Christian Slater and Brad Pitt was in it. It's from the '90s. Remember True Romance? Yeah, or no, it's not 12 Monkeys. It's the one
I know
where
12 Monkeys. I've never heard
Yeah,
of
True
True
Romance was where he has cancer.
True. Yeah, and
I
we're
thought it was fucking.
You just ruined the movie for me now.
I thought it was what's his name? It was what's the guy's name?
Christian Slater. Yeah.
Oh, I
that's
thought you
what-
said Brad Pitt.
No, I was saying Brad Pitt was in it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he? Was he like his homeboy?
Brad Pitt was he was the weed smoking dude on the couch.
I haven't seen.
Yeah, it was before he was like super famous, but he was like on his way, and you're like, dude,
Before he was
that
Tristan.
dude was slaying.
Tristan.
I almost named my son Tristan because of that movie.
What-
Legends,
wait, what-
Legends of the Fall. Brad
okay.
Pitt was.
I have a friend whose name is Trish, or whose kid's name is Tristan.
I almost
and-
named- I
oh,
mean,
really? And
that was my movie. He
Oh,
was.
man.
He's hot as it is.
I didn't see it until more recently, and
He's
the
gorgeous
scene
in
where
that
his
movie.
his brother dies, like if you don't know, there's like a
Yeah.
World War. The scene where his brother
Charlie.
dies in the World War One. Spoiler alert.
I know.
That was the corniest
Doesn't
shit
he
ever.
cut his heart
Because
out?
no, he's stuck on the barbed wire, and he's like, "Come on, I'm gonna."
No,
I'm
I
gonna save-"
cried like a baby.
He gets stuck on the barbed wire, and then they shoot him, and then they shoot him a little bit more. Like it's the most played out. Like he's
No,
trying to
I
get to.
love that movie.
Oh,
That is
really?
such a good
Really?
movie.
So I just laughed through your.
You threw my movie.
I cackled. But you cried. I
cried.
I had.
What
tears.
about how terrible Anthony Hopkins was after he had the stroke?
I don't think I
So-
made it that far.
No, but
He
Brad
fucking
Pitt
looked like
looked
Wilford
gorgeous in
Brumley.
that movie, and I almost
Oh, yeah.
wanted to name my son Tristan.
Really? 'Cause
And I almost did.
That's
but
where that
Why
came
not
from.
Louis?
because I don't like
funny.
Louis. But everybody was like, it sounds like a girl name. It sounds like Kristen. They're gonna make fun of him.
No, they would be like, your mom has a.
We got to be careful. You know, you never know it's of like a fad name or something like that, and then they're gonna have her for the rest of their life. So you're like, oh
I think
shit.
Tristan is a nice name.
Yeah, I like Steve.
Sure, if you're
Just
Steve.
go. No one ever hated this.
if you're
Steve.
I'm not even saying a white person. If you're a literal cracker, try our new Tristan. Parmesan herb Tristans.
So I went with a different name. You can't go wrong with Alexander.
Oh,
Alexander the
see,
Great.
it's perfect. You get the A, so he's in the beginning of the line no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a strong name
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
strong
He doesn't
boy.
have to wait till the end of the year.
He was genocide and stuff. Oh wait, what?
Yes.
We don't know if any of that's true.
Oh, it's just Alexander the Great's kind of true.
Did you see the movie
I'll
with
be honest, but my favorite one of
Oh,
those.
there's a terrible movie. Did see it though.
With what?
It was
Colin
weird.
Farrell or-
It was
Colin
that,
Farrell?
That
What
actually
was his
cured
name?
me.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin
name?
Farrell.
Was he in it?
At the time when I saw that, I was like, I really like 3-hour movies, and then that movie came out, and I was like, I really like 2-hour movies.
I've never seen a movie with that guy in it. I don't think ever.
Really, he did Total Recall.
It's mine. It's all right. It can.
It's okay. Total Recall, and then a couple other
I
movies.
didn't see that Total Recall. I saw the Arnold
Oh, really?
version
It's such
with
a
the
great-
woman with the 3 breasts.
It is such a great movie.
That's all I remember.
It
Total
really is.
Recall. I never saw it.
Yeah, it's the reason why you never saw the new one.
It sucked.
You never saw the old one?
It was
Scott?
it was good. It was good. It had the guy
No.
from Breaking Bad in it.
I stopped. There was a point in my
You
life.
never saw the old one? Oh my god!
There was a
that's
point
such
in my life
it's a
where I just
fantastic
stopped
movie.
watching. I think it might have been Predator, and I was just like,
The
these
Predator.
movies are fucking stupid,
I love
and I quit watching all those movies.
on the Spanish channel, like the
I never
the
saw
premium
Cobra.
HBO Latin. It's like the Alien versus the Predator.
Yeah, like I
Scott
never.
watches the Spanish
all right.
channel, but he mutes it.
All right,
Yeah,
I love all
He
the.
just watches the hot women.
I love the,
Yeah,
the
it's true.
titles for it. Yeah, the iRobots, Yo Robot. Every time they got some great names on there.
I can't watch a Spanish channel when they try to do
You
movies
can't?
like that now. It
No.
just sounds ridiculous.
It does Yo Robot.
Yeah.
Everything's yeah.
See robots. It's like watching a Spanish porno. See.
I've never
Oh,
watched a
see.
Spanish porn.
I have. Oh, see.
I didn't know that moaning had a language.
It does.
I thought it was
Really?
just moaning.
Laughing is like. Ja, 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 ja.
Cha, cha, cha.
See.
I remember someone doing that for the longest time. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
About Spanish.
What is
like,
ja 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 ja?
yeah, yeah.
That's how we laugh in Espanol. G G G G G.
And they don't clue anyone in. I think I didn't know until like Facebook came
Yeah,
out.
that's-
This one girl was ja 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 ja. I'm like, what? Like I said,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean, man?
And it's not one of those things you ask. Like, hey man, what,
Dude,
what
you know
is
what's
it?
funny?
Because he's one of those people too. Like
I
when
have a
post stuff,
certain
half
friend-
the stuff is in English, and then the other stuff is in Spanish. Like, man, motherfucker, I know you. I don't know. You know I don't know
I had a
Spanish.
certain friend
Wait, you're
that-
not Puerto Rican?
I am.
I had a certain
I'm
friend
grandfathered in. They're like,
on-
you're brown enough. Come on, come over here with
that-
us.
You need to grow
You're
with
just
us
the
a
right
little
shade.
Oh no, I'm the perfect shit. Everyone's like, they're like, I got it. Puerto Rican.
bit. You're like, yes, my name is Samuel.
Oh man, they're like, no, you gotta be Puerto Rican.
My name is Gregorio.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm sure if you blend it up enough, like that's what ends up you end up with Puerto Rican. Like
Tell
that.
people,
That's why I'm,
I'm
there.
from Brazil.
Yeah.
Look at my butt. I don't even know how their accent sounds.
It's a lot of like it's kind of a lisp. It's a really weird like Portuguese. Like
All I know is I've seen
Yeah.
a bunch of those
Portuguesa.
assholes.
yeah,
whenever you go to
yeah.
Disney.
No,
You go to
it's-
Disney
it's-
during the summer. There's a whole shitload of motherfuckers from Brazil.
Well, I think it's because of in Spain too. Like Spain, like proper, like Ibiza, like
Yes,
all that
Liz.
stuff. There's a
What's
lot.
Ibiza?
There's a lot of. You've never been to Ibiza before?
Oh,
that-
yeah, that's that.
The
They
Ibiza
sound
nas-
like Daffy Duck pretty
Ibiza
much.
nightclub. Hey, but it's an affect from whatever the accent. It's one of those things where it's like I remember going to London and one of the it was all like 16
went
year
to
old
London?
Yeah. Oh, it was all like 16-year-old girls. I was 19 at the time, so to make it that weird, but like it was all like
Creeper alert!
Well, it was all 16-year-old girls because that's like where the ages ranged were there, and they would just hound you because they love American dudes.
Greg
'Cause
was like-
they were all they think you
He's
sound
like, I'm Puerto Rican.
Brad
well no, but like
Today, I'm American tomorrow.
well, you got these dudes and they're like chippy-o, chip chip chip,
Yeah.
and you're like well
Hello,
I
mate.
wanted
like
to-
Henry Cavill. He's
Well,
British.
is
and
he
he's
British?
hot. Yes.
Yeah. Well, no. But
He's
the
so
thing
hot.
is, he's only hot because he's speaking an American accent.
No, he's hot because
Well,
he's hot.
Right,
He's
right.
physically
Oh, actually, yeah,
gorgeous.
right. With
He's
that-
a
I guess I should
good-looking
point
man.
that- Yeah. Yes. So.
He's a good-looking bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloke, isn't that Australian?
Is it?
No,
Whatever,
bloke-
man.
no, bloke
Australians are
is-
just
Bloke
English.
is
British.
totally Australian.
Bloke
English
is not. I
rednecks.
promise
All
not.
right, you look that up. You Google it. if you want.
Matey is Australian.
But yeah.
That
So.
sounds like a pirate would say, actually.
But
Ahoy.
but the thing is, over there, they like the American accent
Yes.
because it makes you sound like kind of like a John Wayne character, whereas the rest of them are all like got
Like a Yankee.
You
Yeah,
sound like fucking Malcolm McDowell.
yeah.
And fucking
Then
Clockwork Orange.
over there, you're sounding like, "Hey, ladies, how's it go?" You know, because they're used to like dudes. Like I remember when I was walking down the street, I saw this guy like totally like gangster, whatever. You know, like dressed up in like all the jumpsuit and everything. It was a black dude. I was like, oh, and he was
piss
like,
off, mate.
And then he was like, "Hey, what's up, man? You like, how's it going?" Blah blah blah.
I'm gonna go
Like,
get some
I told
tea.
you,
It was a guy.
bloke.
We're gonna catch some tea.
But I would have crossed the street like in the United States, and he was just like really nice. I was like, wow. It was instantly disarming. I'm like, even if this guy was totally gangster, like he sounds like a complete pussy because of that accent.
Like the dudes in fucking Snatch, the black dudes.
Like, oh yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, and remember, I don't know if you remember that joke I had about there's nothing that can prepare you for a black English person. Nothing can be like, hello, mate. Like, what the fuck?
We were
I
both
wasn't-
right.
Oh, really?
Bloke, yes. Australian, United Kingdom, New Zealand, South Africa,
Okay.
and Ireland.
In Ireland,
yes.
you're not even gonna try to play that. Like, I mean, seriously, bloke is a straight up Australian. It's definitely
No,
not. It's definitely not London.
It is
definitely not
London.
England.
Would you say Ireland?
It's Ireland, United
Ireland is
Kingdom.
not
yes.
fucking
Oh, it said
England.
United Kingdom. All
Yes,
right,
United
all right.
Kingdom.
But that's just-
Australia.
I'll give you
New
that one.
Zealand.
Maybe because
I've heard it before. I've heard
right.
I've heard
Same.
bloke too.
bloke,
Okay.
yes.
And I've also heard them say rubbish.
Yeah, and a fucking
Rubbish. This is rubbish.
Outback commercial.
Out back.
And
So, yeah.
knickers for panties.
I think
We
we're ready.
just hit the century mark.
All right.
Oh, it's been an hour?
Proud
an
alone
hour.
for an hour.
In good company. It felt like
There you
I
go.
Wish
don't
I
know.
could say the same.
closing.
Just kidding. Actually, any closing arguments?
I'll be at the Draft House next Tuesday and Thursday doing
Ordering
my
wings.
Where's the draft
right.
house?
Yeah.
Is it the tap house?
It's right down the street. It's next to the Blue Oyster. We'll be doing our variety show usually.
Erica, what will you be doing?
Next week,
Yeah.
I will be going to work.
She'll be going to work.
Awesome.
I
You're,
will
you're
be,
off for the week.
No, I'm working.
Oh, okay.
I will be somewhere in West Palm Beach looking in Erica's window. And,
You do that often, I know.
that's why I got the good
Do
glasses.
you like the shows I do for you when I know you're watching?
This got a little personal.
Yeah, now, I mean, I thought that was between us. One made me.
What about that mole, huh?
It was like,
You guys talk about this off air.
Mole, I thought that was your butthole. I'm just kidding. I've never looked in a window because it's like fucking.
and I
it's-
live in
your
a townhouse,
Your
so you would
window
need
is
a ladder.
literally like, it's like higher than most because you got those.
No, you would need a ladder. It's a townhouse.
A fucking ladder. I would
Second
need one of those
floor.
cherry pickers that FPL uses.
Hey,
Hey, man.
I would hear
I'm
it.
totally working on the
Yeah, I know.
transformer.
Could you guys look the other way while I do this? I'm gonna hunch down in this little bucket.
Oh, I got my
Continue showering, Erica.
Yeah,
Continue
yeah.
showering.
Don't
I'm not watching.
stop. I'm almost there. You need conditioner. Seriously, your hair looks dry.
Wow. Thank you. I just got a haircut, too.
I'm just joking. You look beautiful. Just kidding. All right. Well,
Such a jerk.
I know. That is our show, and and I want to give a thanks to Mark Gardner, my good buddy Mark Gardner, who is a faithful listener.
Oh, okay.
And he is
What's
going
his
to
name?
talking some shit.
Mark Gardner. He is going to critique us. No,
Hi, Mark.
He was giving us. I remember I told you about Erica.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I did. We were
Mark.
there, and I was like, "Yeah, we got some girl on this week. She's super hot.
Oh, thank
she
you.
wants to do the
I'm
show."
blushing.
And he's like, "Oh, cool, man, but I'm into dudes." And I was like, "Oh, whatever, man. Greg's there."
I'm super hot.
Does he like
too.
Puerto Ricans?
If you like bald Puerto
No,
Ricans.
he's gonna be when he hears that he likes dudes. He's gonna probably be like, "No way, man." So I just want to thank you. That's what you get for giving me an honest critique of the show.
Do I know this, Mark?
No, well, I don't know if you know him, but I doubt you do. Anyway, that's our show. See you next week when Jesse will be back, and
And I won't be.
Erica won't be because she's not invited.
She'll
But
be back here at
Wow. Ouch.
a few
just
years.
kidding. You're always welcome. Yeah, we'll
See
see
you
you in
like
3 years.
But there's only 3 mics, so
But
that
next week,
wouldn't
no,
work.
we got 4 actually.
Do we have 4?
Yes, we're
I can
big
come
time.
back.
We don't fuck around at SMB. This is not
Wow.
some jerk off podcast.
Suck My Balls
that
is
you
a great
see on
podcast.
YouTube. This is some fucking real deal shit. You see this thing? We did our research on this fucking thing.
That
I don't
costs
know.
more than my car?
No, it cost about $100, but we took like 2 years to buy this thing. We were like researching every week, and then we had to buy this thing. Anyway, all I'm saying is we're not fucking jerk
I
offs.
must say you're very professional and you provide wine.
SM
Oh, wait. I brought the wine.
I offered though.
burn.
You did.
SMB
Sick burn.
is I know we're not there yet. That's what I'm saying basically. Anyway, I really appreciate you coming out.
Thank
I'm
you
sure
for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Greg,
And SMB is BYOB.
BYOB.
It is.
And also next week you guys are going to talk Colorado.
Yeah. for
Colorado
sure.
stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to tell a
catch
story
up.
about Jesse Squatch.
So there's been a Jesse Squatch Saturday.
Yeah, he's a big animal in the Pacific
Hi,
Northwest,
Jesse.
wherever that
Yeah, it
is.
was really weird.
And he wears a
We're on
fucking
vacation.
Gorgon Bordello shirt. Or
People say
whatever.
Sasquatch doesn't exist, but I'd say different. You
I
just
think
got to go to
I
Colorado.
think he does. He has a ponytail. He's a hipster. He looks like Teen Wolf.
He's like Mitch Hedberg meets someone with a ponytail.
Yeah.
Well, I might be back, you guys. I might be back.
Okay.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
Well, you're always welcome. And that's our show. Finally.